Microphone. All right. How's everybody doing? Good. Yeah.
Happy to be here.
Good. Yeah. Thanks. Vision boards is really interesting. I drove in last night. There was so much. We passed by. The Titanic.
Yeah, the Titanic.
Yes. With an ice cream shop next to it.
Yeah.
I was like, well, that's a thing.
Came from the Titanic water because it's so cold.
Yeah. But then there's an iceberg right next to it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, there's so much stuff. I was like, I want to go do all of this. This is
Go to Hollywood.
That's where I really want to go. My
The
dreams
Christmas lights. I
Yeah.
know every year the Christmas lights there are amazing.
That's really cool. I forgot she was.
Just be careful, bears.
Oh no, I'll trust me. I'll be fine. I'll run in from these bears. Welcome to my Q&A. My name's Dani Chambers. I'm a voice. I'm actually a little bit more. There we go. My name's Dani Chambers. I'm a voice actor slash voiceover director. You could hear me as Chise Hattori in The Ancient Magus Bride, Nilo in Genshin Impact, Tamara in Fire Emblem Engage, and a whole bunch of other stuff that I can't remember right now. But I've also directed, I almost said something I was going to say. There's something coming out that I'm really excited I got to direct by myself, but I can't say it. But I directed some of One Piece, some of Season 2 of Ancient Magus Bride, the latter half. My absolute favorite show, Campfire Cooking in Another World with My Absurd Skill. Has anybody seen that one? Yes. That's a really good one if you like food. Food and adventure. That one's about a guy who got isekai by accident. And his skill is Amazon, literally. And so he's like, can I go? I can't really help with whatever you need help with. They're like, yeah, okay. So they gave him some money. And he's like, I guess I'm just gonna be a merchant, I guess. And so he gets escorted to a different town by this hero party. And you're like, oh, you think it's going to be about them? No. There's this giant dog god, wolf thing. His name is Fenrir. And he's in the woods and he smells what Makoto, who's the main character, when he's cooking. And he's like, let me eat this food. He's like, okay. Because he's very close, a giant wolf. And so he cooks him the food. He's like, if you make me food like this every day, I will be your familiar. He's like, what does that mean? He's like, I will pretty much be your bodyguard. He's like, okay. So he forms a familial contract with him. And so they go through each town, like, just doing stuff for him to just kind of live. And in every episode, he makes like a different recipe. And it's so beautifully animated. But yeah, so like, and Fenrir becomes just pretty much like a pet at this point.
Yeah.
Because he's like, why do I have to do this? He's like, because you need to, now do it. He's like, fine. And it's so cute. So if you like good food, good animation, and a really interesting story, it's not crazy, but it's just really cool. Bryn April actually voices, Bryn April actually voices the slime character, so she's here also, and it's so cute. So if you ask her to do the Sumi voice, she'll be like, I can't do it as high as her, but it's so cute. It is so flippin' cute. But yeah, sorry, I directed that one. It was really great. One of my favorite shows ever. But yeah. Huh?
Can't forget Spy.
Oh, Spy Family. I voiced Becky in that one. Who's obsessed with Lloyd. Crazy. But yeah, so welcome to Q&A. The question, you don't have to come up to the mic because there's not that many of us in here, so you just raise your hand. Yeah.
Is there going to be any more Spy Family episodes coming out?
I have no idea. I don't know. We don't know. We know when you guys know. We're not privy to that information because it's in Japan.
Right.
So, like, as soon as you guys find out, we find out. Like, people will tell me, I didn't know about the second season of Ancient Magus when it was announced until a fan tagged me in it. And I was like, what? So, yeah, it's just, I wish I could find out, but I don't. One day we'll get information. Yeah.
So I'm curious, what's it feel like difference-wise when you step into the studio as a voice actor compared to a voice director?
Oh, sweet. That's a good question. So, when you go in as an actor, it's honestly not as deep as some people think. You're not like, oh, I gotta give a character. It's like, you don't need to do that because you didn't make the character yourself like you do in film and TV. And anime, it's already created for you. You're just giving your different opinion and the performance, which I still think is really great, you know. So when you get in there, sometimes you don't really know who you're recording for when you first go in. They'll say like, hey, can you record for Spy Family for like 2 hours? You're like, yeah, sure. It'll tell you who it's for or whatever, and then you go in, you're like, okay, so you're playing Becky. She's this spoiled brat who's, you know, da-da-da-da. And you're like, okay, cool. So usually you go through a few lines to work out the voice. And then once you set the voice, then you just go through the rest of the script. So it's up to the director to give you kind of like how to get in that headspace of the character, because you don't know anything about it. Unless you're like a huge fan of the show, that's different. Like I was during Ace Attorney. I love Ace Attorney. That's one of my favorite games ever. So I knew all about it when it came out. So when I got called in, I didn't know who I was recording because I had 4 hours of recording. And I was like, who am I? So because I was like, it's not on hiatus, but it was like in that break before the second season. Mm-hmm. So it was doing that case. I forgot what it's called. Turnabout with Terry and Mia. Mm-hmm. I forgot what that one was called, but they were doing that case, and I was like, okay, who am I gonna be? I walk in, and I see Dahlia on the screen, and I was like. Like I couldn't freak out because you don't fan at work. Yeah. So I was like, okay, just breathe. And Jose, the engineer, who's one of my favorite engineers at Crunchyroll or Funimation at the time, he's so great. He's like, yeah, you're recording this character named Dahlia, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. And, you know, trying to play it cool. And I was like, that's great. You know, I love this show. I played all the games, so yeah, I'm very familiar with it. But on the inside, I was like, yeah! Screaming like a 12-year-old, you know. And it was great. It was so great. So, and because of that, because I knew the context of it, me and the director worked really well together to be able to create the voice and everything of the character. So it was really cool to do that. Like it's fun when you know the series and you know the character and you can get into it and like you're having so much fun. And so I've got the blooper reel that wait a minute. I do have my laptop. Oh no, but I don't, damn it, I don't have my adapter. Darn you, Apple. That's fine. Sorry, because I could just show it to you. Is anybody under 18 in here? No? No? Okay, kind of. Permission, okay? Okay, as long as I have permission, that's fine. I might show them here later. I just need to tell them.
You want to choose the program on your laptop?
No, that's getting weird. No, they probably have an adapter here somewhere. Yeah, because there's too much technology over there. Anyway, hello. Welcome in, y'all. Hi, I'm Dani Chambers. I'm a voice actress, voice director. I do a lot of anime babies and stuff. Just in Spy Family, I voice Becky. Asian Makes Bread, I voice Chisei Hatabi. Or if you play Genshin, I voice Nilu. Or Honkai Star Rail, Arlen, who you only see like in the first chunk of the game and never again. I almost said something bad. Because I forgot this to be recorded. But yeah, and the other part to the question, as a director, you have to be very aware of the show that you're doing. So like for the Campfire Cooking show, there's not really a manga out right now. I mean, there is now, but at the time we were recording, there wasn't anything. There was like the light novels, but I didn't have time to actually read all of them. So I researched whatever I could and dove into a lot of like behind the scenes videos or articles or whatever, just to find out like what they're wanting in this. And I saw a lot of stuff that was really, really cool. So that just made me super freaking excited about everything. So I was excited, and then I got my actors excited. And I like every time I come in, like, you're playing this person, I'm so excited, and they're like, okay. And I'm just like, you don't understand, I love this show because da-da-da-da, and I would just fangirl to my actors, because when you as a director are excited about something, it's like contagious excitement, you know? When you're excited about something, you tell somebody about it, I'm like, oh snap, I'm gonna do this. So it's just like that, and then so when you get your actors excited, you get a better performance out of that because you're both working together and you're both happy to put out something that you're proud of. So I think not just knowing the material, but also just being excited about it. And mind you, there are a lot of animes that don't get me excited. There's one that I'm working on right now that is just, I don't know what I'm doing with that one. But you know, when I'm doing it, we're still doing it. You know, I just like, hey, you know, we're doing this. I know this is stupid, but you know, we're gonna have fun, and that's really all that matters to me as a director. As long as they have fun and they don't go home feeling like they suck, you know. But yeah, that's a really good question. Sorry, that was so long. See, any other questions? Yes.
What's a show that you've worked on that you feel like doesn't get like they're not following you from
There's a lot, I think, and it sucks because of how so many shows are released every season. And like, I'm glad that that's happening because back in my day, you know, we just had like VHSs and DVDs when all seasons came out. You know, we didn't have it weekly. But there was one that I worked on called After School Dice Club. I voiced Aya in that one, and she's this cute little pigtailed girl who meets this new girl who's played by Alexis Tipton, and we all become friends along with Midori, I think, who is played by Madeline Morris, and so they become friends and they end up forming like a gaming club, but that's not video games, it's board games. And so every episode they're playing an actual real board game. Some that are like not specifically here, but in different countries and stuff, and it's really cool. And so that like every episode they're playing a new game and they're learning about it, and you learn about it too. And it's really cute. It's very wholesome, very slice of life. As these girls like go every day to their club, and they're like, "Oh, what's this video? What's this board game? Oh, cool, man, like shoots ladders or whatever." And they don't know anything about it, but they're learning, and they're learning about each other, and then they become like really, really good friends. And I'm like, this is so cute. I wish more people watched this. I really love that one, and I wish people would appreciate that one more, because I feel like everybody's so, not everybody, I say that, and you know what I mean, people are so enraptured with isekais and fights and stuff. I'm like, are you guys tired of the violence? I don't know, maybe just me and my boomer thinking, but like, I'm just like, you know, like Demon Slayer is really good, that's really cool, but like, I'm so sick of teenagers beating themselves up, almost dying to save the world. Like, that's too much. They don't need this trauma anymore. Yeah, like My Hero Academia, like freaking. I'm sorry. Is anybody caught up with My Hero Academia? Me? Okay. I don't want to spoil. I'm like, somebody should have died. So there's a main character that should have died, and it pissed me off when they didn't kill him.
Exactly.
I feel like you guys are cowards! Kill him! I think it would have made it so much more impactful when they make sacrifices like that, because I went to school for film, and this sounds terrible to say, but my professor said, kill your babies. And I was like, Professor Price, what? He says that because when you're making a movie, you have certain shots that you love, you care about them, you want this to work. But you have to sacrifice your shots for like time or for context or what have you. And so that's what I would say for like a lot of anime or mangas or whatever for stories. It's like, if you want to make it more impactful and make people believe it more, you have to make the sacrifices, just because it's good storytelling and it makes your audience care about it that much more. And because if you just cop out and be like, oh, they're bad because of, you know, magic or whatever, it's like, it's what? Like, I feel like Dragon Ball Z is the only exception. That's the only exception. Like, just because of how long it's been here. And it's like, they got a cheat code. It's fun.
They got the canal.
Yeah, it's so dumb. But I mean, it works, because that was just the 90s, you know. We don't really super invested in it. But yeah, After School Dice Club, I think it's on Crunchyroll. Yeah. Right now. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's on Crunchyroll. If you haven't had a chance, it's 12 episodes, real easy, really cute. Yeah, I think people should watch that. But yeah, thank you for the question. Any other questions about anime or jobs?
I'm just gonna set on the watch list.
Do it. Yes, good job. Thank you. Yeah.
So what out of all the shows you've directed, which one has been the most difficult to like either get out there or get through it? What was one that you just really struggled with, whether going into the story or the actors were struggling with it? Like what's been one of your more difficult shows? I guess what lessons have you taken from that?
Sorry. I was just thinking, there's one show I directed. It was like my first official show by myself. I say that very, very loosely. Called In Another World with My Smartphone Season 2.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I'm glad you liked it. I did not. Oh, that show was so bad in my opinion. Because I watched the first season and I was like, what is this? I just don't like how the women were treated in that show. But in the second one, it's like, okay, cool. He used his phone a lot in the first season, which makes sense because it's in the title. But the second season, he used his phone as a GPS, like twice, and that's it. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What? Because it's destined that Toka, or is it Toma? No, it's Toka, right?
Which one?
The main boy, Toka?
I think it's too bad.
Or Toma? What? Something with a T. And he was destined to have 9 wives, and he's like going to he creates his own kingdom, la-di-da, because he's been isekai with his smartphone because he got the story. He accidentally got killed by God, and so God's like, my bad, homie. I'm gonna put you in this other world. Is there anything you want to take? He's like, can I just take my cell phone? Yeah, sure, bet, go. And he's in this world and he's super powerful because he's guys. Toka? Okay, thank you. So he's in this other world and he meets these girls and they're, oh my god, Toka, love you. Sure. That's like, he has 5 of them already and they're all engaged to him, by the way. The very first episode, I was watching this and I was like, why am I doing this? Anime was a mistake. I'm watching the episode and at the end, the girls are getting ready to go into like a spa, right? So they're in their locker room. And while they're talking about their feelings for this dude, they're stripping. Unfortunately, you don't see anything, but it's like cleavage and butt shots. And I'm just like, okay. So I apologize to the girls. I'm like, I know you were in this last year or last season, but I'm just sorry in advance now. They're like, it's fine, it's part of it. Like, I know, but like, you come back and this is what you come back to. And I know it's anime, but at the same time, just like growing up with it, you just get sick and tired of seeing it like in every show. And like, if it's for some people, cool, that's great. Get your rocks up. I don't care. But like, I just, when you've been with this industry for so long, you're just like, I just need something different. And so like the girls are changing and saying, oh, Toka, because he believed in me, blah blah blah, and I have no self-esteem and self-confidence in myself. That whole thing. And they're doing that, and then I was like, okay. So episodes later, one of the girls has a sister. She's like 12, and Sushi's her name. Yeah, Sushi is her name. So she's like, she's about to get married off to this really, really misogynist prince who's terrible. And so they were like, okay, how do we fix this? And the dad's like, well, can you, Toka, can you be promised to her so that way she can, not be married to this guy? He's like, yeah, that's totally fine. We do that. We save her. And it's like, okay, that's great, but she's 12. You can't marry her. He's like, okay, no, it's fine. I'll just wait until I'm 18. I'm sorry? Till you're 18? So that was the whole thing. He's like, we're all engaged to each other. You're all engaged to me, but we're not going to get married till I'm 18. He's like, I think he's like 16 or 17 in the show. And I'm just like, how about wait until all of them are 18, dog? Like, why not? So we got to that part. I told, I think Sarah Wiedenheft plays Sushi. And I told her, I said, hey, I'm sorry this is coming. And she's like, oh, it's okay. I'm like, okay, I'm just letting you know. Because I like my actors to be informed if something is very, weird or something's bad gonna happen. And that's what sucks, especially with the simul dubs, because sometimes you won't know until like that week. And then I'm just like, okay, well, I cast this person. I don't know if they're comfortable with this scene. thank you so much for letting me know. So it's very risky with that stuff, depending on the show. But yeah, in the with my smartphone, I don't think I would like to direct that kind of show ever again. And I wish they stopped with that kind of genre because A, it's unrealistic, and well, I know it's campy, but like it's, yeah, you know. Anyway, yeah. Nice question. Thank you for your question. Yeah.
We were talking about like the smartphone one, because there's one that I can't say the name of it. It's like an air version of it. Air. I can't remember.
Diferente?
It's like air. It starts with an A at the very end. But it's about a boy who goes like his whole class got transported to the world.
Diferente.
Yes.
I directed that, the OPS.
Yeah.
For that one, that
That sort of reminds me of that without the smartphone because it's like.
But it's better.
It's better.
It's, I mean, still not good, but it's better.
Well, he's not like. From what I read, he ends up marrying like with 7, but then in like season, like in the recent season, he's down to 2.
Yes. So, this guy, his whole class is transported to another world. Long story short, they go through hell and back, and he meets this one vampire girl named Yue, and she's like the only one that he ever actually falls in love with, and they're a thing. And he meets other girls along the way that are part of his team. And they're like, oh my god, we love you, oh my god. And he's like, okay, cool, back away, she's the one I'm with. But now, for some reason, they want to start having him actually like more of the girls. And I was like, no! Why? It pisses me off. I'm just like, why can't he just,
And then there's Kaori, who's known from his class,
yeah.
who had a crush on him.
Well, she's just crazy though. I don't think she's good for it. She's just crazy.
You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah, Coyote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one who turns into like a god or angel.
Yes, where they're like, oh my god, we love you, we worship
Yeah.
you. She's like, stop. Yeah, she's just crazy.
And then the dragon.
Oh. Yeah. Oh god. Yeah, so in that show, there's a dragon, there's a woman who was a dragon.
She's like the last.
She's the last woman in the little harem, and she was a dragon that had something stuck up her butt as a dragon, and then once they got it out, she turned into this woman. And I was like, what the fork is this? But that's the only weird thing about that with her, and that's it. She's just a, oh god. What is it when they're obsessed with, lympho? No, not lympho. Something where she's obsessed with things that are, so I was like, okay, whatever. But yeah, that show was weird. I directed the OVAs for that. Fortunately, they weren't like crazy. It was just like, oh, we gotta find these labyrinth things. And I was like, hey, cool, good, thank God that's all there is. Oh God, I was like, if I get another one of these stupid shows. Yes.
So, since you're such a fan of Ace Attorney, like myself, I have a two-part question. What is your favorite Ace Attorney game? And then, what was your favorite case?
Okay.
Big deep here.
The first one will always be my favorite, just because. With the extra case that was not included originally, with the SL6 incident. I always get the SL9 and the SL6 incident mixed up. But that one, because that one was very unique. And Gant is a really good character.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. But yeah, that was my favorite. My favorite case, probably from the Spirit of Justice, the very last one, because there's that scene where it's like life or death, where someone got shot. That's all. Someone got shot, and y'all, I have a Let's Play of that on YouTube. Not to shameless plug, but like, Me and my friend who got me into Ace Attorney, we played it together. And my reaction, like when it happened on the game, I was like, oh! I screamed so loud. I was like, oh! I screamed. And it was like they went there. Like Dual Destinies was okay, but it felt flat.
Yeah.
And oh god, yeah. But like Spirit of Justice really pulled me back in. And once that happened, I was like, oh, they went there. This is my next favorite because they weren't afraid to take risks, and I really liked that. And this is, I think out of all the games, this is the one that made me cry the most. I've cried like almost every case. There's one where Trucy, who gets not assassinated. What? No, she gets she gets framed for murder. And then Trucy's a character that's always smiling, that's always happy. And then we see her cry for the first time, and I cried, and I was like, no, baby girl, no. Like I'm tearing up thinking about it. She is just like, because you see her sprites, and she's always like, you know, like, I don't know, I'm a magician, I'm cute. But then like you see her just bawl her eyes out, and I'm just like, oh my god, like the strong character finally broke down, and it felt real. Because it's like you feel her pain, like she's lost so much in her life, and then for her to just feel like she wants to give up, and I'm just like, oh my god. And then, but the last case in Spirit of Justice, that one really, really got me, because it was like, there were so many cases that were like, wait a minute, who's alive? Who's the baby daddy? What? Like seriously, you're asking questions like that in the very last case, you're just like, who? What? So yeah, probably Spirit of Justice, the very last case. Yes. Yeah. What is happening? Okay.
Well, so you've seen Ace Attorney.
Yes.
Have you seen Case Closed?
No, I need to. My
You really do.
friend who was so hooked on Professor Layton is trying to get me to watch all episodes of Case Closed. I'm like, there are so many. Like, I know, do it. I'm like, okay.
At least she didn't say to watch Detective Conan, the Japanese version, because it's still ongoing.
Yes, I think it's longer than One Piece. I think.
It's over 1,000
Case
episodes.
Closed.
Yeah, like I'm like, wow.
They have over 25 movies
Yes,
in
I
Japan.
found that out. I was like, geez.
Over 1,000 episodes.
I found out. Excuse me. All right. What is it called? The longest running anime. It's not One Piece. It's actually Saze-san is the longest running anime series with more than 9,000 episodes, but they're 6 minutes long. That I'm like, that's how they got away with that. But at least the longest running animes with proper like 20 plus minutes episodes is a manga named Nippon Mukashi Banashi with 1,488 episodes. So as far as like episodes, it's that Saze-san. But like, I was like, what? How is there 9,000 episodes of 20 minutes? But I was like, oh, it's 6 minutes. It's freaking cheaters, you know? Like come on, you just, whatever. But yeah. Yeah, any other questions? Yeah.
When you were announced that you were the voice actor of Halo, how much of that actually changed your career, or did it not make much of an effect?
It wasn't too much. I got a lot of followers. Because I didn't realize how big Genshin was. Because I was like, oh, I'd like to be in Genshin. I think it's cute. It's a really cool game. I didn't realize how huge it was. Like, as soon as I was like, yeah, Milu, and then just, I was like, oh my god. Oh my god. Like, in like the very next con, I had a line for the first time. And I was like, hey guys, what are you doing here? I was just surprised. They're like, yeah, we love Milu. I was like, well, I guess I gotta get some Milu friends. Yeah, it's just super, not weird, but it was surreal, you know, because like, because I was like, my character's not that popular. She's just a little dancer, you know. It's like just cute, you know. She loves theater, like I love theater. Like we're very relatable. Which I think every character in Sumeru relates to their voice actors in real life. which is so funny to me because Sino and Alejandro Sa, that's just, him, except just less crazy. Tina is literally calling. Because she's like, hi, I'm Dani. I'm like, Tina, please don't say that. She jokes about it, but she's fine. But like, I'm like, please, Tina, don't say that. But yeah, her, Shara Kirby as Candace, she's just badass in general. Like, Shara is just a badass in real life. And then Dia as Amber May, yeah, tall like her. I'm just like, oh my god. Yeah, everybody just feels like everybody. Like, they all felt like we just mesh well together. And just like seeing the community like be together and us like hang out and do streams together, it's really fun. It changed a lot with my career, and it opened up more opportunities, which is crazy because I booked Arlen first. How I got that was kind of weird. I got an email from a client that said, hey, do you do voices? I said, yes. Like, cool, I'm gonna send you something. Okay, and then like a week later, it was an audition for this kid, and I was like, is this Kenshin? Because it looked like Kenshin, but it was just him doing his like emo pose in the picture, and I was like, I guess maybe this is something else, I don't know, so I did it. They're like, yeah, he's about like 12, 13, he's he's dark skinned, of course. So I sent in my audition. I was like, okay, I don't know what this is for, but here you go. They're like, great. And then like a couple days later, you picked for this Arlen dude. When's your availability? I'm like, I don't hear. And so I recorded it. So this is a game called Honkai Star Rail. It's another like MiHoYo game. I was like, oh, is it out yet? And they're like, not really. Like I think the beta was out, or just the main 4 were out, and then like after all the hullabaloo, we recorded it and everything, and when it finally came out, I was like, yeah, I'm Arlen. So I was like, oh my god, you're Arlen? What? I was like, guys, it's fine. But like, people were so surprised, like even to this day, people were like, wait, you voice Arlen? I'm like, yeah, I do. They're like, what? Like, and it's funny because I forget, it's just we're putting on different voices. And so when people are shocked that I voice certain characters, I'm like, is it really that shocking? Because like, I mean, you'd be surprised what that comes out of a lot of people's mouth, you know? Like Markiplier. Yeah. Like, I see, like the first time I saw him, I'm like, oh, he's so cute. He's like, hey guys, how are you? I'm like, oh my god. I was like, I just went through puberty. You know, it's just funny when that happens, and I like surprising people. Like, people are so surprised I go really high for certain voices, or I go deeper in my register, or I just sound like this is how I sound normally, and they're like, oh, that's your voice? I'm like, yeah. And? Yeah. What are you expecting? You talk like this the whole time? Okay. So, yeah, this is really funny. It's really interesting, but like, it changed a lot, and I'm really grateful for the Genshin community for being so wonderful and accepting and very supportive, very, very supportive about everything. Like right now we're going through a strike for video games because certain clients or studios want to use our voice for AI because they don't want to pay us. You know, it's dumb, but it sucks and it's coming regardless, but and the thing is, we're not like totally against him. Like, you want to pay us like, you know, $100,000, $200,000 a year to use our voice? Go ahead, absolutely. That way, I don't have to work a day in my life. Absolutely, sure, go ahead. But they don't want to do that. They'd rather us just like, here, take $500 and we'll use your voice for the rest of our days. I'm just like, no. So it's tough, and you know, I can't tell you what to do. I would say if you want to help us out, just don't, like, I guess, do free to play or whatever the heck. Don't give them money, let it hurt their pockets, because that's the only way to get their attention. But like I said, I can't make you do that, and it's up to you, but hopefully MiHoYo changes their mind. It's like, yeah, okay, fine, we'll protect your voices, and yes, so, but we'll see what happens. Yes.
Everything in GDC is all about AI and all that stuff.
Really?
Everything. Every single company Unity wasn't even talking about any of the new stuff. It's how they can integrate AI.
What?
Increasing the entire conference was about it.
That boggles my mind. And I'm just like, what about all the people who had jobs? Like, that bring humanity to it.
There was a lot of artists there that were protesting it.
I bet I would have done that. like,
But
that doesn't make.
there's too much money and it's too easy. It's inevitability.
What? I don't know. I'm not a super corporate person, thank God. But like, what I don't get is like, you don't want to pay somebody to do this job for like a contract position, right? You know, you pay them a certain amount of money for this amount of time. So you'd rather pay a subscription service to use their voice for however long. In the long run, you're paying more money because.
They're technically circumventing that now. They just generate them from scratch. They don't need, you don't need an actor. You don't need about 25% of the employees for the whole process too. Because AI does everything up to the final 25 and do that.
But it still sounds bad.
It is in a lot of products. What you get is a watered down product.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, we'll get better in time, and like it will, and that's the sucky part.
Now the whole push is to generate it in real time. It's not even a pre-recorded thing that they've added to the game. It would massively reduce the game drop size.
What?
Because audio is the biggest part of it.
Well, yeah. I mean, can you imagine Skyrim? Oh, Skyrim's AI generated?
They're even, the newest frontier is generating a game frame by frame in real time. There's no pre-made assets.
That's terrible.
It looks it. So everything is like cloudy and vague.
Yeah, it's like I recently saw on TV. I was watching TV in the hotel room, and there was a Coca-Cola commercial that was made by AI. It looks disgusting.
The movement's weird.
Yeah, it's like the buses are moving, but they're like the tires aren't moving, and they're just like the polar bears. It feels like they just said, "Hey, look at all of our Coca-Cola commercials we made over the past something years, and put something together." That's what it looks like.
You can tell where they generated content from that. Because it's all made in movies where the camera's panning.
Yes.
That's where you get that motion from.
And it's so jarring to the eye, and you're like, what's happening? And I'm like, this is what we're going with, so the big dogs can purchase their 5th yacht? Like, are you kidding me? We're here to save money. No, you're not.
There is a small silver lining to it for indie developers. You're not a slave to all of these big marketing things to make assets, and you can quickly prototype something. You can't make it perfect, but you can quickly implement it.
Yes,
That's the only positive I've seen.
that's good. Because I'm like, please support indie developers. Because they're the only ones saving the gaming industry at this point. Because of all these, yes, thank you. Like seriously, like any indie game I play on my Twitch channel or Twitch or anything, I'm like, yes, please support them. Like there's this one game called The Plucky Squire. It's so cute. I do wish, well, this is not on them, this is freaking the Switch. I played it on the Switch and it was very bad. Like I was not having a good time with the game, and it's not the game's fault. It's the stupid Switches because it doesn't freaking run at 1080. Sorry. Yeah, the frame rate's just terrible with the Switch. And I'm like, I swear to God, if they don't fix that in the Switch too, I'm throwing my Switch away. Because I'm like, you guys are too grown to not make your stuff good. Like, I get it. I used to not care about like the graphics and stuff, as long as the game runs well. But after Pokemon, after what was the recent one that came out? Brothership. After like all these games that could look incredible, they do not adjust it. Or Tears of the Kingdom, that's the way. They do not adjust it for their system. They're like, we'll just let it float around 30 frames per second. Like there's somebody did one of those not frame by frame, but those frame rate things where it shows you like the graph, like what the frame rate is, and it kept dipping to like 20 and then 10 and then 30 for 2 seconds, and then I'm like, Nintendo! What are you doing? This is for your own stuff! What are you doing? I don't get it! It's, like, I'm not even a tech person that much, but like, I know, what?
Trying to remake your game for every single system you want to put it on.
Right, and I'm like, they would make so much more money if they just like increase their technology. And hopefully, I saw this really cool, sorry, I had to change subject. I saw this really cool concept of of the Switch, the second Switch, or Switch 2, which they launched. Oh my god, they could have called it the Super Nintendo Switch. That would be so freaking cool. Or the Switcheroo, or something clever, but no, the Switch 2. F you. I'm sorry.
It's all PlayStation and Xbox, they're like, no, now.
No, it's too late for that. It's too late.
Exactly.
I'm like, this is what made you unique, Nintendo. Stop it. You don't need to be like PlayStation and Xbox. Just be you. And better graphics. Anyway. I forgot what I was talking about the first time. The frame rate and then.
Steam Deck makes a little fake competition. That started a whole new trend.
Yes. Thank you. It's Miyashi. That's what that was. I was like, who is that? But yeah, like, I just don't get it. It's just AI and technology and everything. I'm like, we are in 2024, about to go to 2025. Why the hell is AI trying to take over? And then freaking.
It'll get better. This is just a difficult problem.
I hope so, because.
Eventually you'll have games like Ready Player One that aren't, it's not even something someone made. You
Yeah.
load it up and play.
I'm just scared. Because I don't want to turn into iRobot. Because Elon already got one of those stupid robot looking things. I'm like, did we not learn anything? Huh? So I'm just like, you know what? That's fine. I'll just prepare for the robot apocalypse. We'll be fine. Anyway, sorry for that tangent. Any other question? Yeah.
What is your favorite indie game that you have played, other than the monkey one?
Favorite indie game? Probably Shovel Knight. Love Shovel Knight. That's a really good game. Yacht Club Games, I've been following them for years. So when I was like, Shovel Knight, it's like DuckTales and Castlevania, and like, it's just like, what? It's so clever. And they came out with all these DLC stuff. Like, you can play as the different knights that you fight. And I was like, that's really clever. And they just like reinvented everything. And then they came out with another like smaller indie game called Shovel Knight Dig, I think. Yeah, and it's like not Castlevania. What is a roguelike game where you go down there and like you die and you start over. But it's so clever how they do it, and like it's like a prequel to the original game, and it's so clever how they do it. I was like, this is so cool, yes. So I love when indie games do that. So anytime any company does that with their franchise, it means they have creative minds over there, and they're not afraid to like rebrand, I guess, or like build off of what they have.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably sure. Yeah.
Did you ever have that like the Nintendo DS when you first came out with them?
I had not the DS Lite, the Lite, the DS Lite. Is it the Lite?
There was a DS Lite, DSi, DS Xbox.
No, I had the 3DS. That's what it is. I found a 3DS at a pawn
Did you ever
shop.
play a game called Fantasy Life?
No, I don't think so.
It's we had heard a lot of it, but we would play it all in time. They're supposed to speculate that they're bringing out another one for the Switch, or the Switch 2, as you would say. But it's like you do different classes, like wizardry, cooking, fishing.
You want to chill out game?
Yeah.
Okay, alright, cool. Okay, I'll have to check it out. Hopefully they do for the Switch. That'd be nice.
We've been waiting for like ever since they first announced it.
There's another game that people are wanting from Nintendo. Is it Tomodachi Life?
What is
No, it's like another Miitomo or something. I don't know. Something with Mii's. Okay. Sorry. Yes.
I was gonna ask, do you still have your 3DS? Or
I do.
one game I'd recommend, since you're a fan of Ace Attorney, it's called Time Hall.
Sounds familiar. Is that? No, it's not. That's a PC game.
It's a game on the DS, but you can play it on 3DS. But Johnny and Bosch voices one of the characters.
Ah, nice.
I got him to sign my copy 2 years back. It's a hard to come across game.
Really?
If you can find it, it's well worth the play.
Time Hop.
Time Hall.
Okay, no worries. That sounds good. I love murder mystery stuff like that.
Yeah, because basically you solve mysteries by going back in time with your stylist to recreate the scenes.
Oh, this is like Ghost Trick.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I love Ghost Trick. That's a good one. Ghost Trick is great. Man. Yeah, that does sound like Ghost Trick. Okay, time noted that. That's,
You can mention it to John. You can tell him about.
oh, sweet. Okay. Ooh, that's gonna be good. I like mystery stuff like that. Sweet. So how about like 10-ish minutes left? Any other questions or concerns? Or anything?
Are you implementing any more collaboration type trainings or
Um,
future?
Like with other game jam cast members or anything?
Right.
I usually, I started doing Mario Party with a couple of my friends on Wednesdays. And it's really funny. There's two of my good friends. My friend Rex, who I've known since college. We found out we were LPers like years ago. I was like, oh my god! So that was really cool. So I play with him, and I play with my friend Farrah Twin Mason, who got me into Ace Attorney. And so I play with them on Wednesdays. And when we first started playing, I was winning, like the first 3 games we played, and then Barrow out of nowhere just kicked my butt, and I was like, how the heck, what happened? I don't know what happened. It's rigged. But like, we started playing every Wednesday, and it's been real fun, real stupid. Oh God, I wish I could show you guys. There's a clip. My friend Rex, he's a very funny dude. He was trying to at least get 2 10s to get to the star because he needed like 19. Well, thank you. He needed like 19 spaces to the high. 19 spaces. So he's like, "Y'all, watch this 10. Here's 1 10, and it was a 5." And he rolled a 5 first, and he's like, "Okay, all right, it's okay." And I was like, "No. If you roll another 5, I will Venmo you $10." He's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, easiest $10 I ever made." He rolled a 10 from the next door. He's like, "Damn it!" It was great. Yeah, we just have fun moments like that, and I usually do that on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. CST because I think you guys are EST here,
Yep.
which is so crazy. There's 2 time zones. Oh, that's funny. So yeah, usually at 7 p.m. on Wednesdays, 6 or 7, depending if you get off work. But yeah, check it out. My Twitch is Skinny Minnie, SKINIMI, all eyes. If you want to follow, I mean, if you want. Yeah.
So you talked about Mario Party. Have you ever played Mario Kart?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Have you played it with only using blue shells?
No. What? What's wrong with you? No. Oh my God. I've been so frustrated that was happening.
So our friend told us that her and her friends, whenever they get drunk and stuff, they would play Mario Party or Mario Kart, and they would turn on the whole items but blue shells.
What?
And it becomes a minefield.
Yes, no kidding. Oh my God, that's horrible.
You get first place when the shell is thrown and then you get knocked back to second, but you still get hit with the blue shells.
That's insane. That is absolutely no.
I'm blue.
Yeah, I could. Oh God, no. Yeah, you would, how would you even get past the first leg of the race? Race dead.
Hands back me up.
Oh my God. Alright, any last minute questions? Yeah, I think I said I had 5, 10, no, I don't know, I couldn't read. Yeah.
I know I'll go ask about like Twitter ages ago about if you had the bottom for the Astro Lost in Space cast on the bonus. Were you guys ever able to find that?
Find the Astro Lost in Space what?
When you guys played Among Us, were you ever able to find the VOD for that? Because I wanted to watch it.
Oh, it's on there. I think I still have it on my VOD. It's somewhere in there. But yeah, I think it is. I still have that VOD. It's somewhere in there. I used to have the big. That's the second part. I still want to have us do that again years later, just because I feel like that, out of all the anime or all the games, that us crew makes the most sense to do that, just because. Has anybody not seen Astro Lost in Space? It's an anime.
Which one?
Astro Lost in Space. It's literally like Among Us in the show. It's about these teenagers get sent to space, and apparently they were sent to be murdered, and so they survived the assassination attempt, and so now they're just like traversing the space, trying to survive, like live off whatever planet they land on, and then they're also trying to figure out like, okay, who's trying to kill us? Because it's somebody in the crew. So, and it's really clever. It's only 12 episodes, but I think it's a really good story that wrapped up really nicely. It's not super crazy paced. It's not like insane or like there's no fan service, and it has really good like really good topics like LGBTQ stuff, like that stuff, and like it has romance in it, but it's not like, you know, in your face. It's really, really good. So if you like space odysseys and mysteries, definitely check out Oscar Lost in Space. That's a good one. Yeah, any other questions? No other questions?
Yep, I'm forgetting.
I have no idea.
We want to have the local go.
The local goat. Thank you. Local goat. I saw something. So I saw a Fort Worth steakhouse. That cracked me up because I live in Fort Worth. And I was like, oh hey, that's fun. And then there's a murder mystery dinner theater here.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to do that tonight.
There's also a Pirates theater.
Yeah. I was like, what the hell is this?
We
It's
saw
like,
the Pirates one, we loved that one.
it's like a cozy Vegas here. Like we were driving down where the hotels are, and I was like, oh my god, what is all this stuff? It's so cute. Like I was like, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. And I was like, I don't have any time to do any of this. Like I love being here, but it was just like, oh my god, I want to do it all. I'm gonna go to Titanic and eat that ice cream. And then I want to go to the pirate thing with the mermaids and stuff. And then I want to go to the murder mystery dinner. And then I want to go to the that upside down museum thingy.
Oh yeah.
What? Yeah.
It's
I was like, what the fuck is this?
If you're afraid of heights though, don't do the rope bridge.
Oh, the what?
They have a rope bridge inside.
Oh no, hell no. So you don't think
If you do it, I think you can get past the first platform, I turn around.
See, I have vertigo. I can't do that.
There's also a climbing.
Yes, I heard that.
Our show's really good. Half of the Boys is hilarious.
Okay.
It's absolutely hilarious.
That okay.
The
And
Pirates
Dollywood.
one
I
has
want to
like
see
animals.
Dollywood.
The Pirates one has like animals.
Yeah.
Actually.
Oh,
You go part of the
Seals.
show.
what kind of? Hold on. What kind of live animals?
Seals.
Oh, okay, all right. You about to say some like lions and bear. I'm like, no. I don't do that circus stuff.
No, they've got the birds and the seals.
Okay, I can do birds and seals, but nah, I can't do no lions and stuff.
Oh my!
Oh my god, I love your shirt with the little thing. That's so cute. Dude, you got two? Oh my god! Congratulations! I hope it goes smoothly.
They're being released today.
Oh my! Ooh. So you have to pop.
Yeah.
Oh,
A little bit.
Ooh, well, I hope it goes smoothly and you have a wonderful delivery. Yeah. It's so funny. One of our con, or the lady who's not running the con, but like who's in charge of our department, she's pregnant too. And I was like, oh, pregnant! I just love babies. I'm sorry, y'all. I love babies.
Adorable.
They're so cute. Like I just found out today, this morning, my best friend pregnant. I was like, what's happening? Like, what's in the water? Yeah, but it's so cute. It just I just love it. It just makes me so happy, you know, because it's like life, and you get to mold and shape this little thing into something that you can be proud of, you know. And we have the chance to create a better generation than the last, and you know, I want to help that, you know, I want to help people. So.
Her went about his wife's due in February, and she was about mattresses.
Oh my god! What is in the water? Because hold
She
on.
was a boy.
Oh,
Listen, I
listen.
was gonna say, do you know how many babies have been born at once?
No.
Like as for one mother, I think it was like what 8?
8?
Yeah,
On
no,
top of
8
it?
or 10. It was like 8 or 10, somewhere around there. One mom
Oh
carrying
hell
that
no!
baby.
That She's destroyed. Just gone. Okay, well, I got like 2 minutes left. Any last minute questions before we roll on out? Please. No. Hi, come on in. I'm just wrapping up.
Yes.
Oh. Right there? Yes. Yeah. No, you're good. Glad it was still here. Yeah, any last minute questions or anything? No? Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. I'll get my